Hey again, Peppers, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm in my garage and I am sharing with you the Dr. Pepper signs that I have in my collection. And this is a collection of signs that is growing. This is the direction that I want my collection to grow in. So the more signs, the better that I can add to this garage. But let me go ahead and share with you now what I have so far. I'm gonna go, I guess, youngest item to oldest item. So up here in the top, I have a bottle cap, Dr. Pepper bottle cap that has the logo, just what the doctor ordered. I remember when I was, I think it was back in the 90s, they used this logo, just what the doctor ordered. And so below that, I have a Be a Pepper thermometer. And then next to that, I have one of the oval Dr. Pepper signs. I have a I'm a Pepper license plate and a hot or cold Dr. Pepper. This was probably done in the 70s, this thermostat right here. And then above that, I have a sign from the 1960s, and this one is actually embossed, and that is a Dr. Pepper sign from the 1970s. No, 60s, I'm sorry, 1960s. All right, then I have this other 1960s thermometer. And this is a taller thermometer. It's skinny and tall. And it's got the hot or cold logo on it. Now I've also got one of these. It's almost like a bottle cap, but it's ovaled. Can't really describe how that is, but you can see how it is right there. That's from the 1960s. It's got the bouncing peas on it. All right, now we're gonna get into the tombstone thermometers that I have. As you can see, I have four different tombstone thermometers. There's actually a fifth one that I'm missing. It looks kind of like this one right here, the Frosty Cold, and on it, the Frosty is in green instead of red. That's really the only difference. So I'm not really sure if I'm gonna get it or not, but. And then in the center here is one of the large thermometers. It says Frosty Cold. And it's got a red top and the bottom. It's got that old 1950s Dr. Pepper logo. Now you can tell the difference between 1950s and 1960s. Just here in these two, you've got the slanted peas where the bottoms are even with each other. That's 1950s. And then the 1960s, you've got the bouncing pea logo. So here's one of the old advertisements for dietetic. I'm sorry about the glare. I'm gonna try to get to where you're not seeing the glare. So here's one of the old dietetic advertisements. And then, sorry about the mess. You're gonna see some of my mess here, but this is a late 70s or mid 70s advertisement. It was actually a stand-up, so it's got a piece of cardboard in the back that helps it prop up. So this is called the Big DP logo, and that was very short-lived. Wasn't around for very long. So, all right, now we're moving back over here. Now let's jump into the 40s. So this is one of my favorite signs up here from the 50s, and that's kind of concaved sign as well. So anyway, now we're moving into the 40s, and I've got this thermometer here, one of my favorite thermometers, and that's a larger thermometer. Then here we have a larger sign. This one's in not great shape, but so this one says drink a bite to eat. And then moving from there, there's a little tacker sign. It's also embossed. I don't know if you can tell that it's embossed from here, but it's also embossed. Then up here you have two pretty old thermometers. Now the one on the left is a 1940s thermometer, and you can find that in two different versions. One version here you see the script logo, and then there's another version where you see the back of the bottle, kind of like on this one, where you see the 10, 2, and 4 logo. The thermometer next to it is a thermometer from 1939, and one of the thermometers that I'm really seeking out, hopefully one day I'll find it, there's a Starburst thermometer that's that's in the same design as that one right there. So looking forward to that. That's kind of my goal, is to find that thermometer. So, all right, so then we have a out of place 1960s sign, but it's taller, so I needed more room for it. Right there, that one's in really nice shape. I really like that sign. So then we have a early 1930s embossed sign. I had this one framed just so that I could hang it, but that one's really nice. And then next to that, there's a early 1930s thermometer, and really early. I've seen these in really good shape, but most of them aren't in that great of shape. So I'm happy to have that one. They're not that easy to find and kind of rare. And my last sign in the garage is hanging above the door, the entryway into the house. And I really like this one because it says 5 cents on the top of it. But this is another early 1930s, late 1920s Dr. Pepper sign. Now it doesn't have the grid on it, and that's how you know that it's earlier than the grid. So you see here, this one has the grid in the red, and then this one here and that one there, they don't have the grid, so they're earlier. And so they're very similar to each other, as you can tell. So anyway, that's what I have for you today. I appreciate you watching. Thanks for following along with me on my journey of collecting Dr. Pepper items, and hope everybody has a good Labor Day weekend. Y'all take care.